Patlu, the clever cat, loved napping and eating samosas. He could spend hours lounging in the sun, dreaming of his next delicious snack. His best friend Dabang, the dog, loved chasing butterflies. He was always full of energy, bounding through the fields with joy. One day, something smelled really bad. It was so strong that it woke Patlu from his nap and made Dabang stop in his tracks. It smelled like old socks and stinky cheese. The odour was unbearable, and it seemed to be coming from everywhere.
"What's that awful smell, Dabang?" Patlu asked, his nose wrinkling in disgust.
Patlu asked, holding his nose tightly to block out the stench. Dabang sniffed the air with his super sniffer nose, trying to locate the source of the smell.
"Something's wrong. It smells like trouble," Dabang said, his ears perking up in concern.
Just then their friend the doctor zoomed in on his scooter, looking very serious.
"We have a problem. It's pollution," the doctor exclaimed, pointing to the sky.
Pollution? What was that? Patlu and Dabang had never heard of it before. They looked at each other, puzzled and worried. The doctor explained that pollution is like making the earth sick. It comes from things like factories, cars and littering.
Factories, cars, and even littering make the air dirty and harm our planet. The doctor continued, showing them pictures of smoke and trash.
Patlu and Dabang were shocked. They loved their planet. They couldn't believe that something so harmful was happening. The green grass, the blue rivers and the bright sun were all so beautiful. They didn't want to lose any of it to pollution. They had to do something. Determined, Patlu and Dabang decided to take action and help clean up their environment. The doctor took Patlu and Dabang on a ride in his special airship. They were excited to see the world from above, but what they saw was shocking. From the sky, they saw factories with smoke billowing into the air, creating thick clouds of pollution that covered the city.
"Yuck! This air smells so bad,"
Coughed Patlu, covering his mouth with his hand to block the foul smell. They saw cars on the road leaving trails of smelly exhaust fumes, making the air even worse.
"This is terrible. How can anyone live like this?"
Cried Dabang, his tail drooping in sadness and frustration. They saw piles of trash on the ground and plastic floating in the water, polluting the environment. The sight made them sad and worried about the future of their planet. The doctor explained that pollution makes the air and water dirty, causing harm to all living beings. It harms plants and animals, making it difficult for them to survive.
Even the fish are getting sick. They can't breathe in this dirty water.
Patlu and Dabang were heartbroken to see their animal friends suffering. They knew they had to help their animal friends and save the planet from this terrible pollution. But how could they do it? They needed a plan to make a real difference. The doctor had a plan that would change the way we think about trash forever.
"We can recycle. We can be heroes for our planet,"
he announced with great enthusiasm. Patlu and Dabang looked puzzled. What was recycling? They had never heard of it before. The doctor explained that recycling is like being a superhero for the planet. By recycling, we can save resources and reduce pollution.
It's about giving trash a new life. Imagine turning an old bottle into something new and useful.
It sounded fun. The kids were excited to start recycling. The doctor showed them how to sort their trash into different bins: paper, plastic, glass and metal. Each type of material had its own special bin.
"Wow, it's like magic. They couldn't believe how easy it was,"
exclaimed Patlu, tossing a plastic bottle into the recycling bin. He felt like a real superhero.
"We're saving the planet, one bottle at a time. Every little bit helps,"
barked Dabang, wagging his tail excitedly. Even the dog was getting into the spirit of recycling. They learned that recycled materials could be turned into new things like toys, clothes, and even furniture. Recycling was cool. The kids couldn't wait to tell their friends and family about their new superhero mission. Section 4, composting, turning trash into treasure. But what about the leftover food scraps and yard waste?
The doctor had a solution for that too. Composting. Composting is like making a magic potion for the soil.
Patlu and Dabang were intrigued. The doctor showed them how to collect fruit peels, vegetable scraps and dried leaves in a compost bin.
The worms and tiny creatures will help us turn this trash into treasure.
Over time, the compost would transform into nutrient-rich fertilizer for plants.
Wow, we're like food magicians.
This compost will make the plants grow big and strong.
Section 5, Little Hands, Big Green Future. Patlu, Dabang and the doctor worked together, cleaning up their town and teaching everyone about recycling and composting. They even organized a fun cleanup day at the park. Patlu and Dabang knew that even small actions could make a big difference. They felt proud of themselves for being little eco-warriors. The air smelled fresher, the water sparkled cleaner, and the animals were happy and healthy. The earth was smiling again. Remember, even small steps can make a big difference in protecting our planet. Just like Patlu and Dabang, we can all be superheroes for the environment.